I'm going to make this quick tutorial on how to make an extended xbase cuff. It's really easy. I already started on an xbase, so if you don't know how to make an xbase, you might have to look at another video. Hopefully soon we'll have just a simple xbase video uploaded, so when that happens I'll link it. But until then, you might just have to look up another video. However, if you don't know how to make an xbase, then that's good because I already started on it. So this is the part where you're going to go from each connector bead and add 2 beads and go to the next one that is for a single xbase. But since this is a double xbase, hang on, grabbing some more beads. What you're going to want to do is, instead of putting 2 beads in between like you normally would, you're going to take 3 white, in my case, and just go ahead and continue doing the 3s for another couple rows. So really quickly, I'm just going to tell you a few names of cuffs you can make with xbases, like off the top of my head while I'm making this. You can make UFO cuffs, cage cuffs, epics, of course, which are very time consuming. Mini xbase, mini 3D cuffs. Honestly, I think that's all I can get off the top of my head. So yeah, basically, it's gonna kind of look like an xbase, except you put 3 beads on top. However, pretty soon you're just gonna go ahead and continue with the 3 beads again, and then you do 2 beads and you're done. Now, for some people, a double xbase is always fun to make, but you can also make more. Like, you can make a triple xbase. Sometimes, I've actually seen somebody who made a 20x xbase, which is ridiculous and tall and awesome, but very time consuming. I've been working on this for like 10 minutes or 20 or like 10 minutes or less, I don't know, and I'm not even on the second X yet, so, well, actually I am, but I haven't finished it. So, making 20 would take a couple hours, I guess. Anyways, so, yeah, like I said, you just continue adding 3 beads through every connector bead. Alright, so once you get to about here, if you're running out of string, or if you already did, then what you're going to want to do really quickly is just grab some string and tie it on. If you don't know how to do that, you just hold the 2 strings together, at least this is how I do it, and you kind of just tie a knot together, except it's with 2 strings, so, ow, that hurt. Yeah, that happens a lot with me because my front teeth are really sharp, so it constantly breaks whenever I try to pull them together. So I'm going to try that again. And I'm just going to use my hands this time because I don't feel like destroying my lips again. So yeah, now you've got this little piece of extra string, and you go ahead and tie that off, and you're done with the tying of the string. So, you go ahead, just grab some more and continue tying or string on beads. I've actually got 2 more to go, so it's actually not too bad. Things you can put on 3Ds. By the way, this is not a 3D tutorial, this is only the xbase. Hopefully, if I have time next weekend, if I haven't already made something with this, which I might, I'm not sure, or I can just make another one before, I might make a tutorial on making UFO cuffs. But yeah, this is just for an xbase for 3D cuffs, so yeah. Alright, so now that you've got that row on, you see, it's not very, looks like so. So you're going to do like what you did before, which is you're going to string up, oops, sorry. Sometimes people use needles, and I think that's a smart idea, but I never trust myself with needles because I could accidentally hurt myself and then I'd give up. Okay, So you just put it through the middle bead and you continue like you did before, except this time, if you want it to continue looking with this, you know, blue, you're going to add one white bead, one blue bead, and another white bead, and just go ahead and string through the next white bead, the middle white bead rather, of the next 3 that you just did, so it'll look like that. Of course, once you've gone all the way around, it will not be touching, so it won't, sorry, bunch of bead and string all over my floor, which is generally a lot of Kandi kids' life. So, like I said, just continue with this little pattern, basically. Right, so things you can put on 3D cuffs. You can put on toys, perlers, anything, like, honestly. At first I thought I would never really want to wear a 3D cuff with a toy on it, just because that's big, and I mean, the 3Ds are pretty big anyways. But one day I got this really cute cuff from my friend, and I had a Pikachu figure, and I put it on, and I thought it looked awesome. So yeah, I mean, I've got toys and figures on my 3D stuff, and I'll show you guys maybe at the end of the tutorial. I've been working on a epic cuff. It's a Squirtle evolution cuff. I can't remember the girl's name, but somebody did a Charmander evolution cuff. Similar, I'm not sure if it was an epic or not. I saw it on Kandi Patterns a while ago, and I've always wanted to do one for Pikachu, or I guess Pikachu, whatever, and Squirtle and everything, so, and like all of my favorite Pokemon, which a few of them are starters, but anywho, so yeah, I started working on one for Squirtle, and I finished the epic, and it is one of my favorite cuffs. It's my first epic, so it's kind of mostly improvised, I guess. But the next part of it was to add a bunch of perlers to it, so Squirtle, Wartortle, and Blastoise. So I did that, and, well, except for Blastoise, I haven't made that one yet, but that will probably be done eventually. And then I'll get to show you guys the finished version, but for now, after this tutorial, I will show you guys what I have so far. So the next part, after I'm done with this, which should be very shortly, is quite simple. It's just like finishing any normal xbase, where you're going to add 2 beads, I guess in my case, 2 white beads. I know it looks really, like, loose right now, but that's just kind of how xbases look while you're making them, but once you start adding 2 beads and you tighten it a bit, it looks great. So, alright, so I finished this. Now you're going to string up and through this blue bead here. 1, and just go ahead and finish it off just like any xbase. You could easily continue this and make a 3x or whatever, but I decided to do a 2x because I don't have much time until I have to leave to go to my school. So I'm quickly going to do this, and yeah. I hope that this was helpful. You can always ask me questions in the comments, and I will try to respond to them as soon as possible. The tying on string, I've heard, is sometimes difficult for people who are new to Kandi making, which is fine. I mean, it wasn't very easy for me when I started either. All I can really, like, suggest for you is just try to watch multiple tutorials, and usually people will, throughout their tutorials, explain how to tie on string, because usually when you're making anything relatively big, eventually you're gonna have to add on string, so yeah. This does take quite a few beads. I probably should have said that at the beginning. But I'm assuming that if you just want to learn how to make the stitch, don't really care about the way it comes out or the way it looks, then just go ahead and do that. I mean, I'm sorry I didn't have a chance to edit this, obviously, because you guys have been sitting here watching me make this. But like I said, I have to be somewhere, so I'm just making this off my webcam, and then I'm gonna upload it. Hopefully it won't take too long, even though it's kind of a long video. So I've actually got, I think, 2 more I have to put on, so that's good. And soon there should be tutorials up on how to make UFO cuffs and cage cuffs and anything really, just lots of cuffs that you'll definitely want to know how to make X-bases for those cuffs. So now I'm done and I just have to tie it off, but I'm going to show you guys. This is what a double X-base should look like. I mean, like I said, they look kind of lumpy at first, but once you add the 2 beads, they're fine. So really quickly, for tying it off, you want to tighten it a little. And I always go under the bead that's next to the bead I just strung through to finish it off, and I just make a loop and go ahead and just tie it off like so. Sorry. Okay. Well, I might have to finish or fix that later. It's a little loose, but yes, this is a double X-base, and I put it on, but I'm afraid it's going to break because I didn't tie it very well. So, yes, I hope that this was helpful. But quickly, I'll just show you guys my epic. It's not a big epic, it's like a mini epic. So, as you can see, the base is as well a 4X X-base, and it's a Squirtle evolution, so this is Squirtle, and Squirtle, and right here is going to be Blastoise, and hopefully, in between them, I can put these guys, if I can figure out how to tie them on without them going everywhere. They actually open too, it's pretty cool. So, yeah, alrighty, well, I'm gonna get going. Bye!